Hello everyone, today we will be opening up The Lord of the Rings, the card game, the living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. This is one adventure pack. I once upon a time opened up a core set and I really like this game. Especially because you can play it alone or with friends, whatever you like. And this is A Storm on Cobas Haven. And this is another one of those packs that I got for my birthday. Yes, we're still doing that. Okay. Right, so what does it say here on the back? It is one of the packs of the Dream Chaser cycle. Right. Oh, huh? The core set and the Grey Havens Deluxe expansion are required to play. So not just the core set. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, so first of all, what do we have here? We have a booklet, probably with rules, if we know Fantasy Flight by now. Well, it's a part of a story. And here are some rules. Yes. All right. Makes sense. Okay. One pack and we see a hero already. Cool. Now, I'm not well versed in the icons of this game. I have played it a couple of times now, but yeah, still trying to get the hang of this game. So forgive me if I do not know everything about this one. Right, so we start off here with Naasia. It's a Corsair Warrior. Cost of 8. That was... Oh, right, that was the how much progress you can place. That's 1. 2 attack, 2 defense, and 4 health. Resources in Naasia's resource pool cannot be used to pay for allies. And as an action, while Naasia is attacking or defending, spend 1 resource from her resource pool to give her +2 or +2 for this attack. Right, and heroes are only one-offs because you don't put them in your decks, you just start the game with them. Then we have playsets. A playset is 3. And this one is the Rune Master. For 1, we get a title attached to a ranger or whatever this influence is called, hero. And as a response, after a signal attachment is attached to a hero, exhaust a Rune Master to add 1 resource to that hero's resource pool. Okay. Oh. Then we have Terrible to Behold, which is an event. With a response, after you declare a noble character as a defender against an attack made by an engaged enemy, return that enemy to the staging area, then cancel the attack. Okay. An ally, a veteran sword elf. Right, it's 1/1/1. 3 health, and it's a Noldor warrior. Veteran Sword Elf gains +1 and +1 for each copy of Veteran Sword Elf in your discard pile. Well, as luck would have it, we have 3 of them. Vigilant Guard, it's an attachment, a skill, attached to a warrior character, limit 1 per character. Attached character gets +2 hit points, and as a response, when another character would be assigned any amount of damage, place 1 of that damage on attached character instead. Okay, next up we have Knife Work. It's an event that says action, choose a player. Each enemy engaged with that player gets -1 defense until the end of the phase. Then the player as a group may spend 2... lore resources to have the chosen player draw 1 card each time he attacks and destroys an enemy this phase. Another ally here, Linhir Sea Captain. It's a 2/0/1 for 2 health. It is from Gondor and it has a response. After you play Linhir Sea Captain from your hand, if you paid all of its resource cost from a single hero's resource pool. Both that hero and linear sea captain do not exhaust to quest this round. Cool. Windfalla. It's a mount. And it's an attachment. Attached to this hero or to Eowyn. Restricted. Attached character gets +1 progress, I guess. Response. After attached character is removed from the quest, exhaust Windfalla to commit attached hero to the quest. Alright, then we have Ioreth. She is from Gondor and she is a healer. All her statistics are 0 except for her health, which is 1. She cannot attack or defend, and as an action spend 1 lore resource to exhaust Ioreth. Then heal 3 points of damage on a character. Any player may trigger this action. Oh, that's pretty nice. Bit of a group hug. Next up, we have the Houses of Healing. You may exhaust any number of healer characters you control as part of this card's cost. Reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each healer character you exhaust in this way. Refresh action. Choose a hero in any player's discard pile. Put that hero into play under its owner's control with 1 damage token on it. Alright, what is this then? It's an event, but it's neutral. Okay. Justice shall be done. Limit 1 per deck. And as a planning action, add Justice shall be done to the victory display to draw 3 cards and add 3 resources to the resource pool of each hero you control. At the end of the round, you are eliminated. Oh, wow, wait, what? At the end of the round, you are eliminated from the game. Wow. That's pretty harsh. Okay, but still, you can draw 3 cards and get 3 resources for each character, for each hero you control, so that's something. Still, and that's victory 1. Wow. Right, next up are the Sauron cards. We have Dol Amroth Warship, a storm on Cobas Haven. It's a 2/2/2 for, well, an 8 health. It's a Gondor ship. It's a ship objective. Immune to player card effects, and if you are on course, Dol Amroth Warship gets +2, +2, and +2. Forced. When Dol Amroth Warship is destroyed, set it aside out of play. We got 2 of these. Oh, there are quite some different numbers in here. So, yeah, but it makes sense. You don't actually build this deck. So you have a ship enemy. Wow, 50 threat. That's, wow. Okay, so it's a 3/5/3, 18 health. My god. Raider flagship, and it's a Corsair ship. Boarding 1 and immune to player card effects. Only ship objectives can be declared as attackers against Raider flagships. Forced. At the end of the encounter phase, the engaged player reveals the top card of the Corsair deck and engages it. Right, next up here we have a Corsair Skirmisher. Threat level of 28. It's a 3/4/4, 6 health. Also Corsair ship. Boarding 1, immune to player card effects. And as a response, after Corsair Skirmisher is destroyed as an enemy, the engaged player may discard allies he controls with a total of at least 3 progress thingies to take control of Corsair Skirmisher as a ship objective, with that equal to its threat. It loses the ship enemy card type and gains the ship objective card type. Okay, so we have 2 of these. Then we have a siege ship, 46 threat, 2/5/5 with 7 health. Corsair ship, archery 2, cannot have attachments. While siege ship is in the staging area, it gains forced. At the end of the quest phase, if siege ship is not guarding an objective and there is an unguarded objective in the staging area, attach siege ship to that objective, guarding it. Right. Oh, and we have a more difficult version. Well, at least it's not more difficult, but it has a golden circle around it. So that means that you add it in a harder mode. So you have more of them. Heavy Cruiser is a Corsair ship, 42 threat. It's a 5/7/5 for 8 health. Boarding 2 and cannot have attachments. And when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Dol Amroth objective and add it to the staging area. Then attach Heavy Cruiser to that objective, guarding it, shuffle the encounter deck. That seems pretty nasty. Right, next up here we have Costa Van Falas. Its location, coastland, ocean, 3 threat only, and 3 to complete. Right, if you are off course... Wow, okay, so you actually have weather effects. Nice. Costa Van Falas gets +2 threat. Travel. Exhaust a ship objective to travel here. And as a shadow effect, if you are off course, those weather effects, attacking enemy gets +2 attack. 3 of these, of which 2 are for the advanced mode. Next up, Belfallas Island. Yeah, it's also a location, coastland, ocean. You cannot travel to Belfallas Island if you are off course. And then as a response, after you travel to Belfallas Island, choose a ship enemy that is not guarding an objective. While Belfallas Island is the active location, the chosen enemy is considered to be out of play. Cobas Haven, then, the pack's namesake. It's a coastal coastland ocean location as well. And while Cobas Haven is the active location, reduce the boarding X value on each ship enemy by 1. Then we have some treacheries. Ramming speed. When revealed, if you are off course, the engaged ship enemy with the highest attack makes an immediate attack. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the total threat in the staging area for each damage dealt by this attack. If no attack is made as a result of this effect, ramming speed gains doomed 2. Ooh. Right, next up we have another treachery here, taking on water. Yeah, when revealed, attach to a ship objective. Counts as a condition attachment with the text forced. When attached objective exhausts, deal 2 damage to it, and as an action, exhaust 3 characters you control to discard taking on water. And then as a shadow effect, if defending character is a ship, attach taking on water to it. Next up, the Raider's Assault, also treachery. When revealed, choose a ship enemy that is not currently guarding an objective. Attach that enemy to an unguarded objective in the staging area. Guarding it, return that enemy to the staging area if it is engaged. If no ship enemy is returned to the staging area by this effect, the Raider's Assault gains Surge. Get 2 of those. Right, so we have a couple of objectives now. Sea Ward Tower, Dol Amroth. It's guarded, and if Sea Ward Tower is free of encounters, add it to the staging area controlled by the players. While the players control Sea Ward Tower, look at 2 additional cards from the top of the encounter deck during each sailing test. Then we have the Tower of the Gull, also for Dol Amroth, guarded. If Tower of the Gull is free of encounters, add it to the staging area controlled by the players. Combat action. If the players control Tower of the Gull, exhaust it to add 2 damage to a non-unique ship enemy. Any player may trigger this ability, this action. Then we have the Beacon, also Dol Amroth. I think they all are. Guarded. If the Beacon is free of encounters, add it to the staging area controlled by the players. Planning action. If the players control the Beacon, exhaust it and spend 5 resources to take control of 1 set-aside copy of Dol Amroth warship. Any player may trigger this action. And then we have Tower of the Heron, also Dol Amroth, guard it, and again, if it is free of encounters, add it to the staging area controlled by the players. And then, while Tower of the Heron is controlled by the players, reduce the archery total by 4. That's pretty nice. Right, and then we have, of course, the path. That's also very important. Outmaneuver the enemy. And they all have 2 sides. 1A is the setup. And then 1B is active. Okay, so let's take a look here. A lot of text. Corsairs are attacking Dol Amroth to cover Sahir's escape to Umbar. None of these words mean anything to me. I don't even recognize them from the book. But then again, it's probably from the Silmarillion or something. Setup. Prepare the Corsair deck. Players prepare their fleet. Set each copy of Dol Amroth warship aside, out of play. Search the encounter deck for Raider flagship and 1 copy of scouting ship. And add them to the staging area. Search the encounter deck for a Dol Amroth objective of your choice and add it to the staging area. Then shuffle the encounter deck and resolve the guarded keyword on that objective. And these are the cards that you need to play with, and that's probably why they say that you need the expansion as well for this one, because there are some symbols that we haven't seen here. Right, and then you flip it over and then it says Sailing. Forced. When a ship enemy engages you, if you are off course, deal 2 damage to a ship objective you control. If you are on course, deal 2 damage to that ship enemy instead. If your current heading is at the worst setting, a lightning symbol, Raider flagship gets minus 50 engagement cost. Oh, wow, so then can just attack you immediately. Right, next up here we have Battle in the Bay. The Corsair fleet seems to be attacking multiple key locations simultaneously. To stop the attack, you must defend Dol Amroth from the Corsair ships. Right, so when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a ship enemy and add it to the staging area. 2 ship enemies instead if there are 3 or more players in the game. Shuffle the encounter deck for each unguarded objective in the staging area. Attach a non-unique ship enemy in the staging area to that objective, guarding it. Right, and then the other side here, Sailing. If your current heading is at the worst setting, Raider flagship gets minus 50 engagement cost. Right, that seems to be the theme here. You cannot advance while at least 1 objective is guarded by an encounter. Okay, cool. So you have to clear them before continuing. And then we have Break Through the Fleet. Then it says, you have to go after Sahir. Imrahil yells as the battle rages on. We will finish this fight. When revealed, the players make engagement checks against each enemy in the staging area. Raider flagship gets minus 50 engagement cost during these engagement checks. Wow, so at the end it just keeps on going. Then finally we have Sailing. Raider flagship gets minus 50 engagement cost. Break Through the Fleet has plus 5 quest points for each ship enemy in play. Right, that's interesting. If this stage is defeated, or if a Raider flagship is in the victory display, the players have broken through the Corsair fleet and win the game. So that's it. I really like how they did this with Lord of the Rings card game, that they give you 3 objectives, basically an ongoing story, give you 1 set of what you actually need to play, this particular set, and just go with it. It's kind of like a story, and I really like that about this game. It actually feels like a story. So, thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.